going to be looking at the French occupation of the Ruhr in 1923. So the problem was that Germany was bankrupt. Its government was bankrupt because it had spent all the reserves of gold in the First World War. In addition to this, Germany had to abide the Treaty of Versailles, which deprived Germany of wealth-earning areas such as the coal fields in Silesia. So they had no lands from which they could have some income. As well as this, Germany had to pay reparations to their allies as a form of compensation. And there was particular countries such as France who really needed these reparations because they themselves were in debt. For example, France owed money to the USA, and so they really needed these reparations from Germany. However, as Germany had no gold reserves and income wasn't a lot, Germany could no longer pay reparations. Therefore, in December 1922, Germany failed to send coal to France from the Ruhr coal fields as they were supposed to do it. So, under the reparations agreement, Germany had to do a set of things, and Germany agreed to send coal to France. However, Germany no longer had the money, the economy to do this, and so they failed to do so. And so obviously France needs this money desperately as well. So they retaliated by sending French troops into the German industrial area of the Ruhr in January 1923. And so while the French army was there, they confiscated raw materials, manufactured goods, and industrial machinery. And the German army could do nothing but encourage passive resistance. So the workers went on strike, and there was even some sabotage because Germany didn't have an army, they only had 100,000 men, whereas the French army has 750,000 men. So going into a conflict with France would have been very naive because they would have very clearly lost. And so the Germans did bitterly resent what the French had done because the occupation of the Ruhr had crippled Germany even further, as it contained many factories and around 80% of Germany's coal, iron, and steel reserves. And therefore, this just increased the debt because they had lost so much because the French had taken away so much. There was one immediate consequence, which was inflation, which then led to hyperinflation, and we are going to be looking at this in our next video. So that is it for the French occupation of the Ruhr. I hope it was useful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave any questions down below, and I will answer them.